Or
Hey, this is Lisa Murkowski, and welcome to my first installment of the Ask Lisa. This is your chance to ask me a question, whether by email or Facebook or Twitter. You got something on your mind, send it to us, and either I'll try to respond, picking the questions up on my BlackBerry, or if you send us an email, we will, and I don't have a chance to get to it, we can get a response out to you. So let's start with the first one. I have an email from Gary in Chugiak, and he asks, will taxpayer dollars be used for abortions under the new health care law? And Gary, I mean, really that is still an open-ended question. We're still trying to discern what exactly is included in this massive health care law that the President signed a month or so ago. During the debate on health care reform, there were at least three amendments that would have made very clear that in fact abortions would not be funded by the taxpayer. I voted in support of all of those to clarify that language, and unfortunately none of those amendments passed. So again, we are still learning what is included within this healthcare reform, and it's unfortunately one of those massive efforts that we still have not uncovered all that was contained in it. The next inquiring constituent, Amanda, writes on her Facebook page. She says, is anybody thinking about making the FDIC $250,000 insurance limit permanent? Well, we raised the FDIC limit back in 2008. We raised it from $100,000 to $250,000. That will expire in 2013. So I think what we're going to have to see is kind of how things play out in terms of our economy between that time period. But I think looking at that provision and considering whether or not we make it permanent would be something certainly worthy to consider. Then our last question today, this comes from my website. Ryan in Kodiak sent me an email about the Gulf oil disaster. Ryan said that Alaska cannot afford another disaster, 20 years of litigation, and endless appeals. He added that oil corporations should follow updated safety regulations. Well, Ryan, I couldn't agree with you more. We just had yesterday a full Energy Committee hearing where we had not only technical experts to kind of go through some of the reasons for the failure in the Gulf of Mexico on the Deepwater Horizon rig. We also had the heads of BP, Transocean, and Halliburton in to testify. It was the first of, I think, what will be many hearings. We've got Secretary Salazar coming in next week. I will tell you, one of the things that I found a little bit disconcerting yesterday was just the blame one to another. BP blaming Transocean, Transocean blaming Halliburton, Halliburton closing the loop and blaming BP. There's going to be plenty of time to assign blame. What we need to make sure is that those that are responsible provide for that full compensation. BP has said that they intend to pay all legitimate claims. We need to discern what do you exactly mean when you say legitimate claims. I think you're going to see some legislative proposals starting to emerge shortly. Senator Begich and I just co-sponsored a measure that would increase the oil spill liability fund so that we get that fund up to a level. Right now it's about $1.6 billion. One would have thought that that would be sufficient, but I think we recognize that in this day and age we need to plus up that fund. So we're working on legislative initiatives. The Department of Interior through Secretary Salazar is proposing some. So we're going to be very, very busy on this issue for many months to come. So with that, those are our first three. Got a little bit from the email off the website, Facebook, and Twitter, so it's good. I look forward to using this new medium to better connect with constituents all over the state. So don't hesitate to give us a call. I guess we don't say that anymore. We just say Twitter us, talk to us, communicate with us. That's what it's all about. It's good. Thank you.